You're welcome to come up. Tonight is a little bit casual. If you want to come up and talk on the video, you're welcome to do that, Shonda. I'm waiting for a couple more people. They're supposed to join. I'm okay.
Okay. It was the live I had earlier, it was a prompt to live, sort of like yours, but it was asking some questions to a person because I made them something and I made a little mistake on it, and I just wanted to make sure they were happy with how it turned out, but okay that I made that mistake with it.
Oh, okay, okay. Cool.
So it wasn't designed for me to really keep that live up. I archived it, but some lives will stay up, but some lives won't, because like if I have somebody that might come and then need to like maybe express something,
Mm-hmm.
say like they be like my mom is sick or something like that. If you wasn't really there, not that I'm not saying that you can't have some things out there, but I do be sympathetic about people's feelings, or like if
Sure.
you dropping some new music. No, I know a lot of people would love to hear it. You understand what I'm saying? But like if you were not there at that moment, I just feel like it's best for me not to lead that up, you know.
I gotcha. Yep.
So that's what it was. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't like I did. I don't want people to see my lives or be there, but this was a gift for that person. They were in the live. They were able to answer all my questions, and then, like I said, I do not. I started doing what everybody said, just making sure that I do share the live, but then I
Yep.
archive it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because if
Mm.
I ever do need to come back for something, I still have that live to go back off of.
So I believe the lives will stay archived on Instagram for 30 days.
Okay.
Um, if you want to, there's an option when you go back and do the replay. You
Mhm.
can either share it to your Instagram feed or
Okay.
you can download it to your device.
Okay.
So it'll give you that option.
Okay.
And
That's something.
after,
Mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
Uh, Um, Annie and I were actually just talking about this earlier. Because of the collaboration that we're going to be doing once a month with the 3 Plus Me Tarot Tribe, with
Uh huh.
Annie and Tina and Kathan
Yeah.
and Emily.
Yeah.
Sorry. Um, Everybody's trying to learn how to do the archiving, downloading, and sharing the videos. So
Right.
one of the things that I was going to do is a little tutorial, a little class.
Okay.
If you're interested, I can invite you to the class, and it's 15-20 minutes. We'll go over some of the things you can do with your business account on
Okay.
IG, how to do the lives, how to set up details. You can make a private live. You can make a public live, which is what we do every week. A private
Right.
live, you can invite certain people
Right.
and not make it public. But the private lives, you most times will not be able to download.
Right. 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 Now I'm not pretty the I know what you're saying. I'm pretty much at the point where everything is gonna be public for me. I just don't I archive some things like I said because like if I'm talking about somebody design with them, I don't want somebody to run with that design and then try to redo it. You see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So I archive all that because
Do
this is a
you
business. Uh huh.
do you have a trademark on your brand?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't have my I'm working on getting because I've been in business a year, but in the beginning I didn't know some things. Listen, but I had my trademark all the time.
Okay.
Okay, because in my state, even you know how some people will say, "Well, I got a trademark," but in my state, through the state, it ended up it's I think two or three things under this, right? I have to go look at the paper and I can tell you again right now. I've had a long day, sort of like how you said we're
Sure. Yeah.
working and things, right? But I know it said trademark. I think it said something else, and it gave me my EIN number through my state. So no,
Okay. Yeah.
you cannot use certain things that's on my say on my site, or I do because of that trademark. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yes.
But you know how some people would be like, "Well, my stuff fell under my LLC." I don't have that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I got it. I got it. I think what's most important though is that you trademark
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
register your brand. That
Yes,
way,
I
no
do.
one can take your brand.
Right.
So
So no.
LLC is a whole different thing, but it's
Right.
good that
Right.
um, you trademark and register your brand. That way, nobody else can do that, do what you're doing, or
Uh-huh.
plagiarize your work.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Shonda, I'm not sure if you've ever met Tiffany. I'm going to introduce you. This is Tiffany. She is actually part of our community. Tiffany, this is Miss Shonda.
Hi.
Well,
How are you?
hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Thank you. I just woke up, so excuse me.
That's twice today now. I'm a little jealous. There's Miss Annie. I think everybody knows Miss Annie. There she is.
Hi, hi,
Hi.
Hi,
hi.
everybody.
So tonight was supposed to be a night that's a little bit casual. I had invited a person that was a past guest. At the very last moment, um, she said that she couldn't make it tonight. So we're just going to do a little bit casual talking. There's Tina. Tina's up. Oh, wow. And maybe share a little bit stories of our work and things about being a creator, if that makes sense. So I think having Shonda on and Annie on, two different type of creators, but I'd like to maybe pose a couple questions and maybe you can give some feedback and share some stories. Um, and I'll share some stories. I think we lost Tiffany, but is that something you two are welcome to?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I think we did lose Tiffany. I don't see her
Yeah.
up here anymore.
Well, we have room for one more. If anybody else who is a creator, who is part of our community or new and is trustworthy, I'll bring you up. Oh, there you are. Okay. So I'm going to pose a question. And the reason why I'm doing this is because somebody asked me this question today. As a creator, no matter what you do, what kind of work that you do, if you're on social media and you put out a product, whether it's um, tumblers, whether it's keychains or yourself or art, that's the product, no matter what the product is. As a creator, what is the most difficult thing to do to reach your audience? So I'll give you a couple minutes to think about it. I know what my answer was, and I don't know if I answered the question that this person asked me, but I think as creators, we want to do something that we're passionate about. We want to show the world some talent or gift that we possess or we've learned, um, and we want the world to see it. Um, Part of my hope is when I put stuff up on Instagram is I cross my fingers and I can't wait to see at least two people like what I posted. It makes me feel good. I don't need the numbers of 500 likes or 1,000 likes. I'm good with just two, you know. But um, I think for me, the hardest thing to put as a creator on social media is me. That's the most difficult thing to put on is me. I think I, I fearful of making myself vulnerable, just like anybody else is. In person, it's a different story, but on the internet, on social media, the audience is much bigger. The opinions is much broader. The hate is much more real. And then you have the balancing side, which is the amazing, incredible, loving people like Shonda, like Tina, like Tiffani, like Annie, like Emily, like Kathan and Grizz. If it wasn't for this platform, if it wasn't for social media, if it wasn't for me putting myself as a product out there, I don't think I would be able to meet any one of you. So that was my answer. The hardest thing for me to put out to reach my audience is myself. And so this person said, she said, strangely, oddly enough, and maybe she's right, maybe it's because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be or who I am.
Yeah.
I
That's
kind of
too
agree
deep for
with
me.
that, Luca. I agree with what you said. Like one of the hardest things, especially what I'm putting out there. Other people have different businesses, and for me, it's like spiritualism, paganism, and there's some witchery and witchcraft, and so there's a lot of backlash from that. Yeah, you'll get a lot of like trolls who are like don't have any posts or anything, on YouTube and Instagram, just all over the world, and their literally only job is to just go after you. You know what I mean? And it's like it's just something to get used to. It's still something to get used to. I mean, we're not used to like hearing hatred. It's like you don't want to get used to hearing that. So it's like you got to kind of just get kind of tough skin from that. And like I had to really learn how to not let that discourage me to making more of my content, because no matter what I do, someone is not going to be happy. You can't make everyone happy.
True.
You just have to do what makes you happy and the content that you know and what you love and what you're passionate about. And don't worry about the people. It's just all things that I've learned. Don't worry about the people who are going to like put you down and bash what you're doing, because they're always going to be there, especially when like we're here and making videos online. Like you said, Luca, that was a really good point, and that's really true. We're really like exposed, so yeah, one of the hardest things for me also is to get comfortable behind the camera a lot of the times. I know, like I really try, and I hope like I do make it seem like fluidity, like I hope it's there, but like sometimes I'm redoing a lot of takes because I also don't believe in, one of my things is I don't edit. So what you get is in my videos,
Right.
it's like the clear, it's like a real time thing, because it's one of my niches in my niche, if that makes sense. It's like a branch in my niche, because you find all, you can find edited videos everywhere. So one of my things is it's real time, real thing, no edits, like real person. You're gonna, if I cough, if I do this, you're gonna see it. It's not edited out, things like that. So it's like that's another like form of exposure. People talking crap about things like that. So yeah, you have to kind of like get tough skin and believe in what you're doing, and like, yeah, just get comfortable. I had to get comfortable with the camera, like I said, learn how to be friends with it. I learned how to be friends with my like gear, my microphone. I love it. I kiss it sometimes. I'm like, I love you, like I made friends with it, and now I'm comfortable with my equipment. I used to feel awkward, and now I'm like, oh my goodness, like I feel them. I'm so thankful that now it's like, okay, I'm at this place where I'm still growing and learning how to be comfortable, but I am so much more. Like I look at content from the past and I look at now and I'm like, wow, there's so much, I could see it in myself and when I'm watching it and like the discomfort, I'm like, I'm not as comfortable,
Yeah.
and then you can tell. And so there's a lot, it's like a learning curve. And yeah, and also advertising. Advertising is another thing I need to work on more. And it's really hard when we're just small businesses, and we're not like big companies. We don't have all these like big names and monies out there, and so that's another thing that's a little bit complicated. But those three things, those are the main things for me.
I'll say this much about you, Annie. The reason why I liked your content in the first place because it was just raw. It wasn't edited. I like the same thing. I think that's where I
Thank you.
connected with you is I like the rawness of it. I don't like to edit anything out. I like it to be genuine. I may take out a few parts of a replay video that I feel like the opening and the ending of a video before an introduction. It's me picking my nose or scratching my head, or when somebody else is hosting is like, okay, so what do we do now? You guys help me do this, or I usually take that out, but everything else is unedited. Everything else is untouched. I had a former guest on here, beautiful person, um, and I told her just the same things as I told all of you ladies, except for Tiffani, because Tiffani was just a spur of the moment. She became a guest, but uh, Shonda also as well. Like, okay, so only Annie and maybe Tina, but I explain the process of what I do. We go on, we have a conversation, you share your work, we do some free advertising for you, and then we have you join our community if that's something you're comfortable with. And this one person was part of our community. She's still a friend. She gave me some criticism about my videos and my replays and why I don't edit them and why I don't give this snippet or little shorts because this person believed it would be a better product for me, and I couldn't answer this person. I felt almost intimidated to say
It
that's not what I want.
can be. Yeah.
And because I respect this person so much, and the product that she puts out, it was, and the little connection of being a hometown person, the two of us, it was hard for me to say, well, no, that's not what I want. I like what I
Yeah.
do. I like what I put up. I'm proud of the content I have. I love the videos I put up, but I didn't really say it there, and I just kind of felt stupid. And actually, I ghosted that person for about a month or so, because I
Aw.
didn't realize it's gone. So it happened. It happened. I'm not perfect, but Miss Shonda, I kind of know what some of your uh, difficulties are as a
Mine,
creator. Is
mine as a creator, because I'm a little different than y'all. Okay. Mine as a creator is not that I won't put my stuff out there. Mine could be sometimes that I might feel like people don't re- recognize what
Mhm.
I might do, or I'm gonna say I do have the fact like how y'all saying, because no matter what, even if I might not ever be on camera, me putting, say, making a T-shirt and I'm putting it out there, and it's not about the likes, but like nobody never sees it because it's inside my thing. Like if I don't put it in a story, say somebody don't see it. So yes, I'm putting myself out there, but I'm making a product to put out there, right?
Mm,
So I would
mhm,
have to say number one would be for me to be consistent about promoting my product and promoting myself. but I've took because any I know you from like Periscope or other outsources, right? But like I've recently only seen you on IG. But Luca knew when I was first at the beginning of this year, I was telling everybody I was taking accountability on IG for myself to like go live once a week or do certain things. And I had to go back to that accountability that just as much as I share somebody else's stuff, I need to share my own. Just as much as I
So
show
true.
up for somebody else, I need to show up for myself.
Yeah.
Just if somebody asks me to do something, if it is in my comfort zone, say because I know how to do it, I've did it once or twice, still reach back out to them and tell them, hey, I haven't did that as much as I really would like. Let me give you a couple of days. Let me work on a few things. Let me see, can I do a test run of this? Because if so, then we can be in business and I'll work it all out for you. But mine probably is, like I said, being consistent by
Yeah.
showing up for myself, making sure I stay accountable for what I want to do. Um, and then it was another thing about like, because I've told Luca this, like I'll put something up there and I won't see what and it ain't the numbers. It's not the numbers. I'll just see that people be like, oh, you run a business? Or oh, is any of your stuff posted? And nobody's never looked at my page.
Oh, wow.
This is something that Shonda made for me and sent to me. Sorry, the lighting is really shit in this room, so I apologize, but maybe that helps. But if you remember these are from my Instagram posts.
Yes, sir.
That's
It's a
so
tumbler.
nice.
I love
Yes, sir.
it so much. I'm
Ooh,
afraid
that's a
to get it
tumbler. That's
dirty.
dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid to get it dirty, so I've only
No,
used
you're
it
supposed to
once with
drink
water.
out of it. You're supposed to put Luca. You can
No.
put Luca. Anything can. I'm gonna have to turn my light on. I was in the bed. I'm gonna have to get up, and do what I'm supposed
I'm
to do now.
I'm a little hoarder. I'm a collector. This kind of
And I
stuff is
get that,
it
but
means a lot to me.
let's and I get that, right? But okay, it will not be done. Um,
I
I
I
think,
get you, Shonda.
I love it.
I just wanted to show off your work. But
and I
in
get
real
it, and
life,
I appreciate it. But I've seen so many people who say, "Oh, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on the shelf." No, please don't use it. Use
all
it
right, I'll use it.
and
I
use
promise
it
I'll
as
use
much
it.
as you can. Use it as many times as you can.
I'll just have to put it in order for another one. Then I can put one like all collectors do. You have one that goes on the shelf and one that you can play with.
That's what I
That's
do
what
with my tarot
collectors do.
cards.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
I was in the
Oh my
bed.
That's a
goodness.
really beautiful
Thank
tumbler, though. That is
you,
Oh
guys.
yeah.
beautiful work. That's
I love it. I
gorgeous.
But
love it. I
that's
love
what
it.
I'm saying. I had people who never even looked at my page and never even realized what I could do. And then when somebody gets something from me or somebody back, because I give out gifts too. I give out extra bonuses and certain things. So don't think that I'm just out here like that. No. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
running a business, but I'll have some people who will talk to me like how y'all talking to me on live, right? And won't even know what I do. Don't even go and look at my page. Okay? But when I say this, like I made a whole
Wow.
Show the top, Shonda. Show the top. Show the crystals on the top.
Oh my
Beautiful. Look at that.
God.
That's nice.
hold on, I got another one
That's
still.
gorgeous.
This is a water bottle.
Oh,
So
I love it.
it's metal in the inside. That's why I'm telling him he can drink
I
out of
love
it.
that.
He can
Yeah.
put anything in it. It stays cold. You can put ice in it. You can put juice in it. If a person drink beer, alcohol, it can all go in here. But I literally made this.
So we don't condone
I
beer and
love
alcohol on
that.
this
Well,
channel.
I know. I'm just
I'm
saying,
joking. I'm
you
kidding.
know,
Oh, I'm gonna
some
get
people don't drink beer,
some. I
some people
love
don't drink.
tumblers.
But
See
Oh, those
what
and
are
I made
Shonda
this.
does.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
Shonda personalizes her
oh
products
my.
and customizes her products that fits who you are,
For
suits who
you,
you are.
you yourself. So
Yeah.
whatever, say somebody gets something from me. Okay, I, this is what was on that live earlier, Luca, right? When I say I made this, and y'all have to forgive me, I made this on a night where I've ran to a college. I had 50,000 things going on. I needed to make cups that night. I needed to plan birthday parties. I needed to do a lot of things. That's why I was in the bed, because I had a birthday party today. I made this too. Okay. It's real
Wow.
pretty. But I made a mistake on
Wow.
here. And a lot of people won't be able to tell that I made a mistake on here. But I can, because I know how this is supposed to be. And I'm going to show my mistake. The name is upside down.
Hmm.
Oh.
So like
Oh, that's
this
so.
is the top. But if you see it like
Oh.
this, you cannot read the name.
But
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 you would
still,
not
it
never
is a one
tell.
of a kind tumbler.
Right.
It is still a
You
one of
would
a
not
kind
never
tumbler.
tell if I never said it. So that's what was on that live earlier, Luca. That's why I shut it down and archived it, because this was designed just for that person. Even though it's upside down, it was just designed for them.
Hmm.
I don't make, not that I won't make the same tumbler for somebody, but it's something that's specific on my um website. But if you come to me and you come to me in my DM and be like, hey, I got these pictures of my mom and my grandma and me when I was young, I'm going to make it just like that. And
Hmm.
nobody will never have that tumbler ever.
Hmm.
As soon as I'm done with that design, unless you tell me, hey, I want that design kept for 30 days because I might order some more, I keep that design. If not, within the time you get it, I delete that design because it's not mine.
Hmm.
It's meant for you and only you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's on my website, then I'm going to run that design 1,000 times, because like I have zodiac signs on there.
Mm.
So everybody, Capricorns, everybody Leos, everybody Geminis. So I'm going to run that design. But something personal like this is mine, I made it because my daughter loves owls. Okay. And I made this one because this is the college my son is going to. So when I'm at the
Nice.
college, I have a cup for him. And when I'm around my daughter and I'm just regular street things, I have something for my daughter.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. See, I'm like you, Shonda. I don't know if you ladies know, or anybody else who might be watching the replay, if we're going to do replay. I originally designed jewelry. That was my passion. And I started that back in 19, I'm going to date myself here, 1999. I was living on Maui, and I was living alone. I wasn't married, I didn't have any kids. I had a job, restaurant manager, and I was on a new island, a new town, a new city, no friends, except for people I worked with, but even them, they were strangers. And I needed to do something to pass the time because on my days off, hello, Mrs. Art Creations, on my days off, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And so I ended up going to a craft store and thought I'd take up painting. Lo and behold, I left the store with beads and leather and connectors or all the little trinkets and stuff. And I ended up making jewelry. And it became a passion project for me, I think, 9 years total I was creating jewelry. It's going to be a few swipes up on my Instagram page, but if you go back, you see in the very beginning, the first month or so is jewelry that I was posting, stuff that I was creating. I like you, Miss Shonda. I will not duplicate any pieces. Everything is custom. Everything is personalized. Um, I am inspired by colors. I am inspired by energies. I am inspired by conversations. So, like with each of you, if I was to design a different piece of jewelry, so I would do earrings, necklaces, and bracelets. If I was to design jewelry for any one of you, because there's three different energies in the room tonight, the three of you on screen, each of you would have a different piece of jewelry or set. The colors would be different. The trinkets that I put on would be different. I would use Swarovski crystals towards the end of designing. I ended up designing for a contestant for the Miss Hawaii program before I stopped. And then there was a point in my life where I was transitioning from doing jewelry to going on live on another platform like Periscope. And I took all of my jewelry making tools after years and years and years of collecting it and containers. I think I had like 8 or 9 containers of jewelry, beads, cords, wires, trinkets, and everything, all my tools. And I gifted it to this one college student that said, "Hey, I would like to learn how to make jewelry." And that was the person who was supposed to be in our live last week, Annie. I think I told you about her. I gifted her everything. I said, "Here, I'm going to give you all of this, and I'm going to teach you how to make jewelry." And she ended up making her own design. She's from Hawaii. She moved away, but she made her own design. It was called Sunshine Girl, and she made her jewelry, and it was sold in Waikiki. And for me, it was like passing on something else, that a phase of my life that I was done with. That was part of my journey of creating, part of my journey of putting out content. That's how I started Instagram, making jewelry, designing jewelry. I've been asked lately to go back and design more jewelry, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I have enough time in the game. But I want to get to the question um, to Tiffani, to T. So the question was, as a creator. Now you are a little bit different.
Yes.
You create memories, you create moods on Instagram. You don't necessarily have a product that you put up for the general public to consume, but you do put out a product which is yourself.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, as a creator, what is the most difficult thing for you to reach your audience?
The most difficult thing is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Is being in front of the camera. It's difficult. Um, it's been a tugging to be more comfortable in front of the camera, being vulnerable, um, uh, just opening up a side of me, that I know could be, that could help a lot of women, that could help a lot of people in general. So today was really the first day that I was really vulnerable in front of the camera. As Annie, I don't edit, I don't do anything. What you get is what you get. That's whatever I'm feeling, whatever the moment is, I just go with it. So you will be seeing more of my content, more of me opening
Good.
up and sharing my journey, because I know that's really the calling that I have, is to be more open.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know which direction I'll go in, but wherever spirit lead me, that's where I'll go.
I have the honor, really, and the privilege to know a lot of the people in our community behind the scenes, off of Instagram. Miss Shonda, Annie especially. Annie, by the way, I would like to make this public now. I think I kind of said it in our group chat, but I'd like to put it on video. I have um, asked Annie to be a senior member of our community. She has been with us, I think, one of the longest members of our community, and she's been on our podcast several times. Um, and she's actually going to help head up the collaboration like we did last week. I think actually Shonda and T, you were part of the very first one. So I want to thank you, ladies, for that. I think Annie gave either both or one of you readings on the first collaboration we did, which, by the way, for me, that was such an
That was good.
awesome night the first time. And the second time, I wasn't there. I had passed the duties on to these ladies. So these four ladies, with Annie kind of in the leadership role, and me taking a step back. Emily was our host this last week. We also have Kathan, or Emily is Emerge Yourself on Instagram. Kathan is Spiritual Whole. Love that name. She and I laugh about that one. And also Tina, Infinite Moon Love, makes up this core group that we put together for this collaboration. There is room for more. What I really would like to do is have more people be a part of this collaboration, and we can do more than one night a week. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anything that's spiritual. We can have Miss Shonda coming on teaching a class on how to put out a certain product. We can have Tiffani come on and put out how to manage others, because I know in her real life she has managerial background. And like I said, for me, it's really an honor to know a little bit of each of you, of your stories behind the scenes. I don't really share a lot. Sometimes, maybe certain situations, like me, I am afraid of being vulnerable to Tiffani. I really am. Um, I think a lot of it has to do with the mindset. A lot of it has to do with we want to be liked, but we're not sure.
Yeah.
It's not
But
that.
No.
It's not that. You want to know what it is, Luca?
yeah,
You want to know what it
tell
is?
me.
I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you the truth, right? It's not that. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yes, it's the vulnerability to a point because you don't want to be judged by people. Let me explain first. But we did not grow up in this technology era. We had to face talk to certain people, okay? And now I have to put myself on camera where millions of people might see me. And some people like that face-to-face talking. If Tiffani is in there and she's talking and nobody come in her room within the first 5 minutes, she's already nervous about being on this camera.
True.
And I'm not even saying like on camera like this. She's already nervous about being on camera like this. Okay? And nobody shows up within the first 5 minutes, it's going to be, I'm clicking off of here. So then the story that she might need to get out for that day, however it's led to her to say to get it out, she can't get it out because she don't have nobody show up in her room. And then, okay, if she do have people showing up in her room, and she can have 1,000 people who can love what she's saying, but she can look down and see that one negative comment, and that's all that's going to be playing in your mind because we did not grow up with this social media, or we did not grow up with the access that everybody can see me or see what I'm doing. A lot of people are keyboard warriors, but would not say that same thing to you in the front of your face in the streets. Not everybody. It's some people, they don't care. That's just their lifestyle. That's why they're great keyboard warriors. But not everybody. I believe genuinely it's more love and it's more people who care about people. We are all human beings. We all go through things. Tiffani, I'm like you. I'm going to tell you like this. I tell looking quick and fast. If I could talk like this all the time,
Yeah.
I would be the best person on IG. Okay? I would be the best person. But like how I said, if I'm doing a business, how can y'all see the tumbler if I'm off the camera?
Yeah.
So I had to take the points to be like, you know what? I'm going to do this every week. And I was doing it consistently. But I had a few things, let's say, I'm a human being. Life things hit me, and I had to shut down from these IG streets, Facebook, TikTok, whatever I'm on. I had to deal with that. I had to resolve that. Even if I come live with somebody else, I was even counting them lives as the live that I showed up for myself. But like how you said, you can do this. Some people can do this all day and all night. But if the story is you want them to see that, like, you know, hey, this was this, or hey, this was that. I can't keep that camera off. So yes, it is vulnerability to a point, but it's a lot of us are not 25. We 40, 50, 60, and trying to be on the internet, trying to figure some of these things out. And then we see a 15-year-old come in our room and want to act like their parents didn't train them.
First of all, I have to say this.
Yes.
If
I
if
agree
a
with everything. I'm sorry.
if a
Let's be for
15-year-old
real.
comes into this room, I'm gonna boot his ass out because he's gonna be
And I
on.
mean, and we all can. And Tiffani, if you ever go live, let's just say, and I can catch it, I'm gonna come in your room. I might not
Tiffany
always
actually
say,
went live today.
and I might
I missed
not
it
always say,
by
if I'm
by
not following
seconds,
you, let's just see.
but
Yeah, I
Tiffany
am
went
following
live
you.
today.
Yeah.
There
I am
there
following you.
is a,
Okay.
Okay.
there is a story that Tiffany
And I'm
is
gonna
trying to
catch you.
tell.
Thank you.
There's a story that Tiffany's trying to tell, and the last couple days, Tiffany and I have had conversations that are very deep. The conversations were kind of emotional, I think, at a couple points. There were some revelations. There were some things that were eye-opening, not just for one of us, but for both of us. Um, I did connect with a few of, well, one in particular, a spirit, which I believe is Tiffany's guide, and we did talk about who this person is, the relationship, what I saw this person as. And for me to be able to connect with any spirit that is a loved one or a past loved one or a relative, I take that as an honor. I hold that in high respect, that I am trusted to see things that we don't normally see. And I know Annie can agree with me on this because there are things I know that she is so gifted and she can see through using tarot or any other tools that she does use, and she can see and give you guidance and give you help and offer suggestions. And it's an honor for us to do this type of work. It's not a business for me, but it is for Annie. But still, I hold it in such high regard that I'm trusted by something that is outer worldly to deliver messages or to give guidance, to give hope, to help. Um, because I keep thinking to myself, any other time of the day, who the hell am I and why am I able to do this? What's so special about me? What makes me different from Tiffany? What makes me different from Annie? What makes me different from Shonda? Sometimes I don't see it. Sometimes I don't understand it. And then the universe has a funny way of saying, let me remind you why you were specifically chosen to do what you do. Let me remind you, Annie, that you were specifically chosen to do what you do. Let me remind you, Shonda, that there's a specific reason why you're doing and creating things that the public can consume. And T, let me remind you, there's a specific reason why you go through seasons that may not be what you want it to be, but it's preparing you for something that's a lot bigger. So you got to hold on to your pants. You got to grab your pants because the universe is saying, get your ass ready, girl, because it's coming. And when it comes, it's up to us whether or not we want to listen. We want to say, okay, I give in. I think the hardest thing for me is to say, I give in. You take control. I give in. You do it. I
Mhm.
give in. I don't want to do it anymore. To give up the hosting duties of a collaboration of an idea that I kind of worked on for a while and to give that up for me is huge. But the product that was put out after giving up the reins of that was way more than I believe I could have put up myself. And it makes me proud that this is a whole new series for us. This is a whole new collaboration. It's a whole new level for each of us being part of this collaboration. There's always room for more people in this collaboration. There's always more room for people in our community, no matter what you create, no matter what you make, whether it's for public consumption, whether it's in the services like what Annie does. There's always a niche, there's always a market for it. There's always someone looking for something that you have or you can offer.
Yeah, thank you so much, Luca, for doing that and for trusting us, to like pass that baton on. I know you had a lot going on, and then the cherry on top with the fires out there. So you just had a lot. So yes, I'm just glad that you and your family are okay. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. I'm just so happy that you're happy with the content that we were able to do. I think it was a good start, right? Like it
Yeah,
was a good start. It was the first time. I think
absolutely.
it was a great start. It went better than I thought. None of us had actually done like a hosting live thing, for all of us. So it was a first for all of us, and I think we did great. I think it was awesome, and it's just gonna get better from there. And now
Hmm.
there's like a whole little extension on your 3 Plus Me now. Now there's the 3 Plus Me Tarot Tribe.
Yeah,
Hey.
I love that. And
Yeah.
and there's, like I said, there's always room for people like Shonda. There's always room for people like Tiffany. We might need another host, an MC, a facilitator to say, hey, tonight, Tarot Tribe 3 Plus Me, we have 8 people coming up for readings. I am your MC tonight. My name is Tiffany. My name is Shonda. My Instagram is Lovable Creations 123. Please go check out my bio. But tonight, I am a guest MC for this collaboration that we're doing tonight, and we are offering readings for 8 people tonight. So please, our first reading tonight is blah blah blah. So there's always room. And what I guess so what I'm getting at is the reason why at least all of us are on screen. I think we all kind of get a little nervous when it's time to get in front of the camera, but we've been sitting here now for 35 minutes having conversations like normal human beings, not feeling the jitters. It's different when you're on your own life, yes, but I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. You're going to need a little bit of a tough skin, like Shonda said. You need a little bit of a tough skin,
Don't
but
listen
the
to,
more you
and I'm not trying
do
to
it,
cut
the
Luke
easier it
off.
gets.
He know it don't.
You,
It get
you're
easier
being
sometimes,
negative Nancy
Tiffany.
here now, Shonda.
Listen, Tiffany, it do get easier sometimes, but we all have self-doubt in our head all the time. So it's never really gonna get easier. You're just gonna keep showing up more. That's all.
That's
Let's just put it
true.
like that.
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay,
I
let's
do agree with that.
put it like that. I'm not gonna say that sometimes you're not gonna have the jitters a little more, and some days you might be like, you know what, I'm gonna go live today. And you might be motivated where you might have to cut that live short and go back live again the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you this, Tiffani, that first off, right, I commend you for going live. Okay? That's very great. Take and I'm not saying baby steps because I don't know how you and Luca thing was. Okay. But if you can do once a week, whatever day you want to do it, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just once a week. Don't push it no farther. If you feel I'm not comfortable for once a week, do it twice a month. Okay. When you start getting your story out there, I don't care if it's just our little community that's going to come in. Eventually, you're going to get more people. More people are going to listen. Somebody might be dealing with, say, some of what you could have been dealing with. Or it's people that know people dealing with what you dealing with. So just say, and I'm not saying it's number-wise. I'm saying the people who will continue to keep showing up for you, right?
Yeah.
You're going to see them numbers keep going up. Okay, because they're gonna want to come back and hear, well, how did she do this? Or how could we fix this? Or man, can I ask you some questions on the back end? Because I think this might be the same situation I'm in. Okay. And then Luca, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? All of us in this room, Luca, with what you were doing, it's a blessing. And now you've blessed Annie. You blessed Tiffani by being able to talk to her to get her out her shell to go live. But let's look at it like this. If we don't, and Tiffani, I know I'm crossing corners with both y'all, but listen, if we don't show up for ourselves, the people who might push us can't push us and can't help bless us because we didn't show up. I know it could be a grieving thing that you're going through. It could be you dealing with a sick loved one. It could be you yourself. And even if it's not none of that, it could be just, I want to get to IG to get this out. You might not be able to get it out because if you're not showing up. But all this is a blessing. I've always heard if somebody trying to bless me, that's how they get their blessings. But if I can't bless somebody, I don't get my blessings. So I know that's why I say that accountability, because if I don't show up for myself, if I don't show product, some people don't have time to look at.
True.
You got too many people who are following you, you're not going to see their stuff.
Yeah, true.
Not that you don't want to see it. If you, and this is my thing, some people are going to look at Beyonce or the Kim Kardashians or the Instagram famous people before they look at some of our smaller people, right? But I'm putting it like this. You could be a small person. You got 200 people on your page. I might see 10 things because as the day go on, so much has been blasted, I don't see it. I might not be at 200 people on my page. I can't jump in everybody's live every day. Do I try to make my rounds? Yes, I do. I can jump in here and be in here 30 minutes. Oh, somebody else I know, let me go in there because I haven't seen them in a couple of days. Will I not end up back here? Yes, I will. But that's why I say take your time, Tiffani, and slowly. If it's just once a month, go live for yourself once a month. Even if nobody don't else show up, if I know that you're going live, I'm gonna be there. If you only want to be on screen for 10 minutes, I'm gonna try to be there for the whole 10 minutes. Not every day can I be there because like the live today, I was out in the streets in the middle of like David and Buster's. No matter, even if I was there and you talking, I would never hear what you're saying to be able to type back good enough to hear what's going on. So it's best for me to stay away in some situations like that. But I'm the kind of person, I want to be there because I want people to do the same thing for me.
I want to say this about Shonda, and then we're going to switch gears. I'm going to ask Annie the second question, okay? I want to say this about Shonda. What she's talking about, Tiffany, is consistency. And if you rewind back just a few minutes, that was one of the things that she was having the hardest time with is consistency. And she's right. If we want to make sure our product is out there, you look on any streaming app or you look on the TV, the commercials that come on. Sometimes you see the same commercial in the in 2 hour span. You see one commercial 6 times. It's consistency. It's just like how we go live. It's consistency. I wanted to go on 3 days a week, and it didn't work that way. I wanted to go on 2 times a week, and it still didn't work that way. I wanted to go on once a week. It was okay for a while, and then life happens. And then I take a 4 week break. And people are like, wait, you go live? No, wait, I didn't know that. Well, hell yeah. But it's a consistency thing. And she's right about that. And, before you go live, Tiffany, to get the support, if you don't notice it yet, I always try and put it out on either I post it or I put it in the group chat or community chat. Hey, I'm going to go live. Anybody want to join me? Come hang out with me. Like tonight, I messaged Annie. I messaged another person. I messaged a few people. Hey, come and join me today. In fact, I talked to you about that today, Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go live tonight. Come and tell your story. But it is consistency. She's right about that. Shonda talked about, we didn't grow up with this technology. I'm going to go even further than that. We didn't grow up with cars, automobiles. We have to learn how to drive. We have to earn our driver's certificate. It's just like technology. We have to learn the technology. We have to learn how to use this technology. And if you still have problems, guess what? You have people in our community like Shonda, like Annie, like Tina, like Emily. We can all help you. We can give you suggestions
And
to
I'm
get you
going through the baby
to go live.
steps just like you too. I
Baby
don't know it
steps to
all.
big goals. So am I.
I
So
don't
am
know
I.
it all. I have a couple of older children, but I have a 12-year-old who be like, "Mommy, it's like this. Do it like this and do it
Yeah.
like that." Okay? So don't think. But I am one of these ones. If I don't know something and somebody else might know it, hey, let me give you their information, or give me 15, 20 minutes or 24 hours and I'm going to get back to you.
Yeah.
So
But
that's why I
if
said,
you go live, Tiffany, by all
Uh-huh.
means, that's what the group chat is for. Put it in there so we can come out and support you. Not every time everybody in our community comes and joins us live, and I understand we all on different time zones. We all have life going on. Some of us have been not feeling our best for the longest time. I get it. I understand. But when there's consistency in going live, and you have consistent people like Shonda, like Annie, like Reddit that come on and support you, it makes a difference.
Okay.
It really does. We want to be there to support each other. And for me, that was the main goal of putting this community together, was to have a support system, not just for me, but for each other. Use it. That's why it's there.
That's true.
Okay?
but you made the baby step. You went
Yep.
live.
Yep.
I did.
So
I did.
that first jitters, that will shake off. Like Luca said, that will shake off because you've already did that first one.
That's true. I got
Just
it.
take it in baby steps. I promise. Just take it in baby steps.
Hey,
Oh,
by the way,
Because
there was a compliment a few minutes back. Reddit on her comment. I don't know if you can see. Her name is Trisha. She's part of our community as well. She did ask if we had a special guest that was Janet Jackson on tonight. So we're gonna leave it like that. I think she is talking about you, T.
oh. No.
We're gonna leave it like that. Okay?
I'm like, who? Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about you. Okay, so I want to ask the next question. I want to move on to the next question. It was the second question I was asked today. There's three of them altogether. So Annie, I'm gonna come back to you, circle back to you, okay? And ladies,
Okay.
while Annie's answering, maybe think about an answer. When you're ready, you can give me an answer. Annie, since becoming a content creator, I don't know how far back it goes for you. I'm sure your gifts and your services and the work that you do spans farther than that, because I believe for you it's generational. But since becoming a content creator, making your work public, what is the best outcome that you've gotten from it? What is the best benefit that you've gotten from putting your
Well, that's an
product
easy
in
one,
public?
Luca. Give me a
Okay.
challenge. It's helping people. Every single client that comes my way, helping them. That is the whenever I hear like the, oh my gosh, how did you know that? Oh my gosh, or, oh my gosh, you helped me so much. And that's what it's all about for me.
Mm,
Even if it's like just one person, like that's all that matters for me. The more, the better. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's just like, on my YouTube, what is it? Like the little handle that you can write like your little intro thingy. It
yeah.
even says there, I'm just trying to help the world one person at a time. And you know what? That's honestly what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to help people like with my gifts instead of, you know, my life, instead of just being afraid of my gifts, I'm using my gifts, and now I'm publicly using my gifts. That was really difficult because I'm really afraid of like the attacks and stuff. I truly, it's truly real when I say like if it was legal, like, witchcraft trials and stuff would still exist. If it was truly legal, people are still out there, everywhere. I see it every day. Everyone in the spiritual community sees it. And it's crazy, and it really makes you hesitant. And
Mm,
so those people who, you see that you helped them, that means the world.
yeah.
That means everything to me. And it's like, oh my God, this is why I'm doing it. It's good reminders. Like, this is what I'm doing, and it helps you block out the negative because like that's truly what it's all about. I'm trying to help people within their life and their journey and whatever it is that they're doing, if it's something good, if it's something bad, whatever it is that they're coming to me for the guidance of, and I'm there to help any way I can. And that's also why I do like the, and not just tarot, but I also do the meditation sessions. I
Hmm.
also rebalance everyone's chakras. I have the sound bowls that I have, everything is to the hertz and to the frequencies that is needed for each alignment, for each energy center, or for a reason. I'm just trying to help people, heal people. This world is going crazy one little day at a time.
Yeah.
And I am trying to be a little piece of the healing and the calm that is needed in this chaotic times that we just we're not coming out of yet. So, I'm just trying to help. And, yeah, it's all about those clients when they come and they're so happy, and they get so good. Like, you really help them, they got some guidance that they were really seeking. And truthfully and honestly, because there's a lot of like, bullshitters and fakes out there. And, for them to honestly see like, oh, what it is all about too, to go to someone real,
Mm,
someone who's honestly, doing this for the people, not just someone who's like, I don't know, read some books and thinks that meditation and yoga looks cute, like if you actually go speak and talk to people in India, you'll realize that these Western philosophies of yoga is not really yoga,
yeah.
which, people also attack me, like friends and stuff, for saying that. And I understand because they spent thousands of dollars going and getting these certifications that, people in India, that's not how it works. And then they actually try to tell me like I do things wrong. And like, I know, and like how you said, Luca, you kind of feel awkward, like, because I don't want to step on anyone's toes, even though they're trying to step on mine, type of a thing. I don't want that confrontational back and forth. So I just kind of be like, oh, okay, really? I didn't know that. I'll just say, I didn't know that. I'll just say that instead of being like, you're wrong, I'm right type of a thing. I'll just be like, I didn't know that. When realistically, I'm like, I know they don't do that in India, like, so, yeah, but of course they're going to be mad. They spent thousands of dollars on some stupid person saying like, I'm not stupid person, but stupid certificate, that has no rhyme or reason
Yeah.
realistically. So yeah, actually going to people who actually know what they're doing, who are actually out there trying to help you honestly, really lets the clients see, what it's all about instead of these stereotypes, instead of these negativities that they come across or they hear about, now they'll have, a positive experience to go tell people about. Like, no, not all people are like that, or no, that person was, like, be careful
Yeah,
who you go
yeah,
around. Those things are things that need to be communicated. And with every single interaction with every client, that's what it happens. It's all a domino effect. And that means the world to me. I, I can't think of anything better than that. And all I can ask is, just
yeah.
that, just the client to come to me with honesty so that I can give you the message with honesty. Because if you're feeding me bullshit, the message is going to be bullshit. But that's not
True,
my fault,
true. Yeah.
So
You're gonna
it's
get
it's
what you
kind of like it's an
give.
energy exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get what you give. Exactly. So it's a beautiful process, and it could be a stressful process, but so is any job. And I'm trying to make it my business because I'm trying to do what I love. And I made it a huge step in trying to make it my business because I quit my job. I was the manager and everything, and I took a step down, and because I'm breaking my ass for other people's businesses.
Mhm.
People were, the owners and stuff were literally not even, they
I'm
weren't
gonna
even,
correct
they didn't
you
even
there
want
for a
to
little
be
bit.
there because I was handling it. And it's like, why am I doing this for someone else? Let me do, you know, we always have to make a living. I can't just keep doing it for free. And it's not like,
Unfortunately,
oh,
yes.
I have to, but if I want a roof over my head and food to eat and to be able to afford the Wi-Fi and all of these things that are needed for this content and everything, then there needs to be that energy exchange. So I
True.
give energy, you give my, it's an exchange, and it's like a balance. And all I could do is hope that one day that will be enough to supply me and
Yeah,
my future
yeah,
family
yeah.
for what it is that we need by doing what I love, because that's what it's all about. Doing in this crazy ass world, just doing what, I mean, I've seen people in my family, be in this job and put their full on focus into one career thing for their entire lives, only for someone younger to come in and replace them after like 30 years. And now they're like heartbroken, and their entire world is like shut down because they don't know what to do because that's all that they knew for their entire lives. I don't want to be like that. I want to, even though it's going to be hard, that doesn't mean it's impossible. And I want to be directed in multiple places, like
Yeah.
I'm going to be psychology, and I'm going to be a tarot reader. I'm also a healer. I'm also, I also make candles. I'm going to do all of these things because if one thing in 10 years doesn't have any more rhyme or reason anymore, I'm not going to be shit out of luck. There'll be something else. And everyone is always going to need healing and spiritual guidance. Okay, it's something everyone's always needed since humanity's been humanity. And it's like, all I can do is just, I'm not afraid of my gifts anymore. And I'm not afraid of what I am able, I'm able, if a spirit is coming to me with messages, I'm able to handle that. And I'm not afraid of it anymore. And
Mhm.
what better way to help people with that? What am I supposed to do? Sit on my butt and just, you know, like put it to waste? No, I'm going to help people as much as I can. And every time someone goes with a smile or goes with some kind of more comfort that they didn't have, that's what it's all about. That's like winning the lottery for me in my heart. I'm like, oh, like
Well,
I get like that warm feeling. I'm like, okay,
I want to correct you for just a tiny bit.
go for
When
it.
you said you were a manager and you stepped down to do what you love, I think it was a step up. I think you
Oh,
chose
thank
to
you.
choose you, like Shonda said. You got to be there for yourself, and you chose yourself first to pay your own mortgage instead of somebody else's. Being in corporate America, because I was there with three jobs at one time. I was paying three other guys' mortgages while I had to work three jobs just to put food on the table for my children. So it wasn't a step down. I think for you, it was a step up. There are some setbacks in that step up, but it's natural. And just like everything else in the world, what goes down will eventually go up. It
That's true.
has to. You can't keep going down and down because it'll go up on the other side of the world or the other side of wherever it comes up. You know.
That's true. That's so
And
true. Yeah.
then you also talked about getting certificates for yoga and meditation and all that. And I kind of likened it to I was part of a sales team. I managed like four people for this insurance company, and I would hold staff meetings once a day. And a lot of times it people who gave me excuses. There was people that made every excuse in the book not to come to work today. And I would always tell them, if you want to do the work, do the work.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it makes sense. If you want to do the work, then fricking get off
It
your
makes
ass and do
complete
the work,
sense. Hmm.
right? So, Shonda, same question to you. Since becoming a creative, what is one of your favorite moments as a creator?
Hmm. Me. Me. The reason why I say me is because I'm a sort of piggyback off of Annie. And the reason why I say me is because I took that leap of faith that some people would not take. I did not do this because, like, oh, the pandemic hit, or oh, I lost my job after 15 years. I took this leap of faith because I've always been very creative. People maybe never seen it like that. And now I'm able to put my creativity out where the world can see it. I can maybe build a business, be in a brick and mortar, if 6 figures come in, because what I'm doing right now might not be what I'm doing in 10 years, just say. But now I got a legacy that my kids can use.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
believing
we
in
talked
me.
about that. Yeah.
Me. Not that my kids will take this over, but I'm building something that it can maybe turn into something that my kids might be able to take over. That say I got loved ones that when they want to come out of a job and retire, but maybe they're not at the age that they want to just sit at home. Oh, she needs this, or oh, her warehouse needs this put up on the shelf. She gonna hire me on because I need this staff. I'm in this brick and mortar. Well, just say it could have been a 2x5 brick and mortar, but now I didn't build well. I'm in a whole big old factory, but I invested in me. Yes, I know I need to show up for me. I know it's days I don't show up for me. I know it's days I don't show up for the kids. But my vision is that I don't want to say 10 years down the line that now I'm hiring family and friends. I want to say very quick, 2 years, 3 years. I might not still be in that brick and mortar, but some things that I want in place, I'm going to be like, I don't have to do this because I have somebody else doing that for me. Yeah, if the brand is me, then I can only show up for, say, social media because that's what everybody's saying. But, oh, I need 50 pieces put in this thing for, say, glitter, or, you know, just say little diamond pieces or something that might be glued to something, or say I need somebody to put stickers on it. It's not me doing it, it's somebody else, and I brought you on. So if I don't show up for me,
Like that.
Yeah.
Tiffani, I got a question for you, Tiffani.
Yes,
I think the question will actually be asked around the room again. I get a question. Let me change things up. I used to do this when I first started giving readings before, not as a medium, but as a psychic. Um, and it was me kind of exploring the capabilities that I was able to do, or the gifts that I was blessed with. So I'm going to ask you this question. And it helps me to understand you as a person. I would do this for clients that I never met before. I would ask them one question in 3 words. Describe who Tiffani is.
Funny.
Okay.
Very funny. Um, Introverted. Empath.
Empath. Funny, introvert, and empath.
That's it.
Funny, funny you should say that. And tell you a little bit about yourself.
Yes, Luca.
You you can tell me yes or no. You can tell me if it's right or not. But I know a little bit more about you than what's been said tonight. You're really moved by what others say to you. It's taken not with a grain of salt, but with some deep emotions, sometimes overthinking.
Hmm.
You're really moved by energies of others around you. You can
Yeah.
feel their vibe. You can feel whether or not they're into you or not. You can tell whether or not they're trustworthy as an
Hmm.
empath. And as an introvert, those two things, and, and being an empath and introvert are almost like, Annie, help me out with this. It's when it's an opposite of an opposite describing each other. There's a term
Like
for
opposites
it,
attracting? No?
almost like that, but it's like one word cancels out the other. So you're an introvert, yeah. I understand what an introvert is, where I kind of like my own space. I like being alone. I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it. I don't really need anybody else to motivate me or make me happy.
Yeah.
But yet you're an empath,
Yeah.
because to be an empath, you have to be an
Yeah.
extrovert. You cannot be an introvert. But that's what scares you the most, is when you become that extrovert and your empath side kicks in, and then
Hmm.
you're affected by what others say and what you believe they think and feel about you.
That's
Does that
true.
make sense?
Very true. Yes, it makes sense. It
But
does.
behind the scenes, there is this side that Tiffani doesn't really let people see.
Hmm.
Probably your children, probably your most cherished, closest friends have seen that funny side of Tiffani. I'll
Yeah.
tell you this much. If you're looking for content to put on Instagram or any social media to conquer, and not that it's anything's wrong with it, but that to conquer that introvert side of you and have that balance of an introvert and an oxymoron. That's the word, oxymoron,
Ah,
where you have two words that cancel out each other, empath and introvert. But to conquer that introvert side of you, and so you can show people the side of Tiffani that only you get to enjoy, take on that role as an extrovert by going live, like you're doing now, taking the baby steps, like Shonda said, and not worrying about what people are going to say and think, and show them this side of Tiffani, because it's a side that's beautiful. It's a side that people need to see. Somewhere around the world, there's somebody that has bigger problems. There's always somebody that has bigger problems than you and I. And they need somebody to come with them and sit with them to support them. They need somebody to be funny. I needed somebody to be funny after my divorce. I was angry at the world. I was angry at God. Nobody wanted to be around me because I was such a putz. I forgot what it is to be funny. Forgot what it is to be happy. And I was the jokester. I was the prankster in my family. I was really funny. I was even funnier when I got drunk. That's why I had 300 people on my live stream on Periscope, because I was funny. I'm not gonna blow smoke up anybody's ass, but after my divorce, I became such an introvert. My empath side kicked up. So I get you, but perhaps
Yeah.
it is a way for Tiffani to show the world a different side that nobody else has seen yet. A side that's somewhere. it's going to click for somebody else and go, damn, we need to follow this person. We need to follow Tiffany. We need to make our own community. So think about that.
I'll think about it.
Miss Annie, your
Yes.
3 words that describe who you are, that
Oh
best
gosh.
describe.
Uh, let's see. Opinionated. That's for sure. um, Empath for sure. For sure, empath. Adventurous. I always like to be adventurous.
Okay. Annie, do me a favor. Will you close your eyes and just take 3 breaths for me, real quick? May I have your permission to tap into your energy?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So let's start with adventurous. For you, leaving your job as management, something that was so secure, something that was for sure, something that you didn't have to worry about if the lights are going to go on this month, if my refrigerator is going to have food this month. That was a for sure thing for you to leave that security, that job, that position. It was a step out in faith. It was your adventure, your spiritual adventure. That was the beginning of that took you on this rather bumpy ride in the beginning of you finding your ways, experiencing a few setbacks, experiencing some negativity from clients, from haters, from people even within your own circle of friends and family that had some doubt about whether or not
I'm putting it lightly.
this decision you made, this adventure you started was right. You knew that the decision was right for you and not for them. You knew that. And along the way, feeling the work that you were doing, the vibe from your clients, and able to feel that energy and that vibe from people around you, and finding your circle of friends, finding those trusted friends that you can lean back on, that you can do events with. Your impact side kicked in and helped you out with that for sure. Finding those of equal energy or better. Opinionated. Well, to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen that side of Annie. I know I'm going to kind of tweak the word a little bit. I haven't seen an opinionated Annie. I have seen a very um, almost the energy of this is how stuff should be done. This is how we need to be doing this. Not what you're talking about. That's not what you said. Stuff should be done like this. Things should be done this way. So I don't know if that means opinionated. I know it means you know what you want. You see what you want. You're not afraid to go after it because you're adventurous, even if you come across some obstacles along the way. And your journey, your adventure, it's only begun. Ooh, okay, it's coming in strong right now. Your adventure's only begun, Annie. I don't know. I can't take credit for anything that's been happening recently with our collaboration. I think that is just one of the pluses that has happened in this adventure for you. I did notice that you have made some adjustments to your Instagram, not necessarily the content, possibly the time of posting, but it's affected how many people see your posting. It's affected how many people actually like your post. I've seen your numbers go up. I have to tell you,
Mhm.
that's exciting. To watch
It is.
something like that for people that you care about is freaking exciting. It truly is exciting.
Thank you, Luca. It is exciting. It was very exciting. It was really hard to find what time was really good because a lot of people, for me anyway, for on my social media, a lot of them are outside of the United States.
Hmm.
Um, and because, unfortunately, a lot of the, us Westerners, we're just so out of tune with the
Yeah, true.
spirituality and the rest of the world. If you go out and travel outside of the United States, you'll really see what I'm talking about. The world's not like that. We don't have to put like these disclosures up, like that it's for
Hmm.
entertainment
True.
purposes, because the world understands this isn't entertainment. But anyway, yes, it's great, and everyone is kind of like on different spectrums of time for me. And then it's kind of like dispersed, so it has been a journey
Hmm.
finding that
Yeah.
little area, and I think I'm getting the hang of it now. So to hear you kind of clarify that, I'm very thankful for that, because I'm like, right, cool. because that took time. I was like, okay, let's try it here, let's try it now, let's try it here.
And that's your adventurous side. This wasn't working. I got to step out of the comfort zone what I was used to and try something different again. Hey, this is
Yeah.
what I'm going to post. And I noticed it the first time for me when I was laying in bed and going, wait a minute, it's still Thursday night, but Annie's Friday morning tarot reading of the day is coming up on my feed. What the fuck? Then I kind of saw it was more consistent, like the word of the night tonight is consistency. And I started to see a big change in the actual, and you can use your insights to see, but I could see the views of your content. It's gained, it grew, and it's
Yeah, it's grown
exciting.
by 300%.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a big difference in
Yeah,
my algorithm. Yeah, it's
yeah.
huge. And all just from finding that one time that works for your page, and that's all personalized to us creators. There's
Well,
so
okay,
much that goes into it.
you gotta give yourself the credit though. It's not just the time change, but it is the message that you deliver, it is the readings that you give, and
Thank
it is
you.
really is the energy. For me, it was the energy that drew me to who you were the first time. It was your energy.
Thank you.
So I want to say congratulations on that growth.
Thank
I wish
you.
you 3,000% growth. And when you get famous and you're an influencer, don't forget us little guys down here on our weekly
No, we're
podcast going,
all gonna go
guys,
up
we gotta
together,
be.
Luca.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, but congratulations, really,
Thank
congratulations. I'm
you.
so
Thank
super
you.
proud of that. Super proud of you, Miss
Thank you.
Shonda. 3 words that best describe Miss Shonda.
Oh man. Hmm. Kind hearted. Um, a dark sense of humor,
Mm, okay.
and won't. Unfortunately, this is going to be a little longer than 3 words. I want love for the whole world. Even though I know it's not like that, I just want love for the whole world.
Okay, Michelle, you do the same for me, please. Take 3 breaths real quick, and you can tell me when you're done. May I have your permission to tap into your energy?
Okay.
May I have your permission to tap into your energy?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this. There is this warmth that came over me just now. My whole body, I have, whew, I don't know if you can see it, I have goose pimples tapping into your energy, Mashanda. There's one word out of place here, but maybe that's what sets you apart from others. Kind-hearted and want love. What I was feeling just now, Shonda, was an overwhelming feeling of love. It was emotional for me. I wanted to cry. I really wanted to break down and cry. The energy you have in your being is such a beautiful light. I don't know for me how to describe it except this way. It is one of the most purest energy versions of love I have ever tapped into. There's no negative intention in your heart towards others. There's no deception. There is no wanting less for others. In fact, you want more for others sometimes than you do for your own self. That's part of your kind-heartedness. Wanting love for the world, the entire world, that's asking a lot. I'll make a call. I can't promise anything, but that's asking a lot. But I can tell you this much. Shonda, if there was one word in the dictionary that I would want to look up, and that word was love, I wouldn't be surprised if I found a picture of you under. There's such a beautiful side of Shonda that not a whole lot of people know. And I think you're very selective as to who you let see that part of you. We've all had problems in the past with people in our lives and learning to trust others, learning to open up to others. Still, some of us have problems like that. And it's not easy for all of us on this screen to really open up ourselves and be that vulnerable person to say, this is me, this is what I'm about. I'm not perfect. I got broken bones. I got broken feelings, but this is who I am. And even with all of that you've gone through, Shonda, I know a little bit of your story. I know a little bit of your struggles from the past. I know we talked about it the very first time we met, but still there's no hatred. There is no negativity. There's no wanting less for others. That's talk about love. That's real love.
And when I'm saying I want love for the whole world, I know everybody is not going to want that same love, but I don't want to see a homeless person. Okay? I don't want to see somebody that's behind a keyboard and a person like, say, Tiffany, who want to get their story out and they be mean and rude to her. I don't want to see that.
So
I want to be where when we sitting in rooms like how you said, Luca, we all winning.
yeah, it's a win for everybody.
Right. A
So
win
well,
for everybody.
I would like to finish with this. I do believe that Miss Shonda and Tiffany, there's no coincidence that you're on here tonight. I believe there is a camaraderie of sorts, a sisterhood of sorts that will be forming between the both of you, especially now knowing the word that I was saying that's out of place is your dark humor. I have dark humor, trust me, I do. That's why I opened up my second Instagram or reactivated the green room. The blue room is more for positive things and podcasts like this. But the dark humor, yeah, that's the Gemini in me. I do have my moments when I have the dark humor and I want to share it. And I've tried to share it on this page and I got shot down several times by people I really respect.
Let me
And I had to
explain.
take it off.
Let me explain so people understand why I say I got a dark sense of humor. I seen something online. I thought it was so funny, and I had somebody come behind it and try to be a keyboard warrior, and I had to do like you, Luca. I had to look at that comment and look at that comment and look at that comment. It was like, wait a minute, this is my page. If I say something, I'm going to get shut down. But let me explain why I say this, okay? This was pre-COVID, okay? So this was years ago. And I was quick, fast to snap on someone. It was a dead raccoon in the street, okay? And somebody took a balloon and tied it around the raccoon. Before my brain thought, like, did they really just tie a balloon around it? I started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So what made me laugh is because if you scroll through the pictures a little more, it was another raccoon up like it was praying, like, help my friend. But listen, the balloon says, get well. So then the comment says, Annie, I know, listen.
Oh my
The
God.
comment says, man, the homies even out there praying for him to be able to get up and come home, right? And then you scroll again because you like the homies because he's standing there. It's like 4 or 5 other ones behind this one. So I share all of it together. I think it's funny. This lady is on the thing like, I don't see anything funny. What are you laughing at? What is y'all problem? So I go to be like, wait a minute, ain't this my page? No, it's not funny because somebody had to tie this balloon. First off, you had to go to the store to get it. So that means that you had to drive past this thing for 24 hours or an 8-hour day. Let's just say an 8-hour day to 24 hours. And then to say, I'm going to tie a balloon around a dead raccoon and catch it at the same time while the other one is doing. I'm praying for my homie. So that's why I say I got a dark sense of humor because it was funny to me. Will I say that everything like that is funny? No, because I'm going to tell y'all just like this, right? Listen, I'm going to laugh after it. But say, I fall down the stairs. It ain't going to be funny. But about a month later, after everybody in my house see how I fell down there, stairs flipped all over, and I still could be in the can 6 weeks later, I'm going to be sitting up there laughing with them like, I sure did. Do y'all know I bumped my head? I stumped my toe over a piece of a sock sitting on the stair, and I've been in this for 3 months. I'm going to be laughing. Okay.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of that balloon that says "Get Well" and the squirrel laying there, and I'm gonna send it to you because my humor is just as dark,
That's what
right?
I'm saying. I don't want people to think I'm saying like I got a dark sense of humor, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, or oh, my
Yeah.
sense of humor is like this. It's the fact that this thing is praying, and it's like 6 other raccoons behind this balloon with the balloon, like, and this was a day where the wind was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, who did this? I was like, this is perfect. So, like, y'all know how when y'all see some of these ones, and some people be like, well, why would they let their pet do that? I think it's funny. Do I not say that you're not supposed to take care of your pet? Yes. Your pet should go to the dentist. Your pet should go to the doctor. Your pet should get shots. You should give your pet good food. But if the pet is running around and he looking like that, I think it's funny. Because that's the sense of humor we need to have.
True, very, very true. And I think the state of the world as it is right now, it's not just what's happening in Maui, not just what's happening in our own
Yeah.
lives, our personal lives, but it's things that have been happening in Ukraine. It's things that's been happening with all the fires throughout the world. It is all the people who are living on the streets. It is the people who are not being able to get food. It is the people that every month I work with this church that does food distribution. It is the 120 or so families that come up every month that don't have the food. It's not just that, but if we
or
can somewhere
or
around the world
or even
find some
just
food. Go ahead.
say like how you said, Luca, we can go back to where when COVID-19 first hit and
Yeah,
all these people were hospitalized, all
yeah,
these people died, all these people just want their loved one to be there to just hold their hand.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
when you went into the hospital, if you was having a baby, your husband might not even been able to come into the hospital with you.
So
And then now we're fast forwarding and we've had to change so much. So
I,
that's why I say I'd rather laugh, I'd rather love, I'd rather come in rooms,
yeah,
any
yeah,
room,
yeah.
and just enjoy myself.
Yeah, and and that's what these nights are kind of for. The more casual nights, the nights where we can just kind of like, hey, let's come on here, let's share some stories, let's talk a little bit. The the night actually turned out better than I had hoped for, with such beautiful people on the screen. And those of you who are watching now, those of you just joining the replay viewers, if you're not following these ladies that are up on the screen with the butterfly sweater, Miss Shonda, Lovable Creations 123. She has her own website. Please go check it out. Check out some of her creations. Beautiful creations, tumblers and cups. I got this one from her just recently that I promised I'm going to be using, Miss Shonda. Uh, but check out her website, give her a follow. We also have Soul Stardust on the bottom here, just under her on my screen anyway. Her name is Tiffani. She will be going live. By all means, join her, follow her, show her some love, give her some support. Who knows? She might show a little funny side of her that none of us has ever seen before. Maybe come on and do a set of jokes. I don't know. We'll see. But I can tell you this. There is hey, Cran, how are you, Cran? There is a sisterhood between Shonda and Tiffani that I believe that's going to be connecting, and you guys are going to find that one thing in common, which is your humor, but also
Mhm.
a sisterhood between the both of you. So, if I may encourage you both to reach out to each other, there you
Okay.
two have a lot in common. I can tell you that much. Okay, knowing a little bit of your story, and Tiffani, as proud and honored as I am to be able to help sit with you so you can speak and share your story with me. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to talk to a sister from woman to woman. It's just a little bit easier. There are things and emotions that you can express that a lot of times men and women won't catch or they don't understand. Okay? So I'm going to
Mhm.
encourage you to reach out to each other and maybe form some kind of a sisterhood or a connection.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do. We'll
Yeah.
do.
Lastly,
Most definitely.
now I kind of want to brag about this person because, again, without repeating myself, but this last person on our screen, Annie, in readings, she is on this journey, a spiritual journey, and she has become kind of like a senior partner for us in this community, helping out with a special collaboration we'll be doing coming up again in maybe a couple of weeks. I know next month for sure. She's doing a lot of work behind the scenes. She has a YouTube channel as well. Please go check out her YouTube channel, AIM Readings. I believe she posted a new video today of last week's collaboration. So thank you for doing that, Annie. What I wanted to ask you, Annie, without putting you on the spot, maybe I am, is would you be willing to do one reading tonight so the
Yeah,
folks who are
sure.
watching kind of get a real good feeling about the work that you do. Now, I really wanted you to give me a reading, but I want to leave it to you, Evan. I would like for you to follow your intuition and give that reading to somebody in the room you think needs it, or would benefit the most from it.
I'm gonna let the cards decide. How about that?
Ooh, okay, I
So
don't
what
know
I'm
how
gonna
that works.
do, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shuffle and I'm gonna pull out one card. Okay. And for whoever that one card is resonating with, I'm gonna give that reading to that person. The moon. Fears, needing to let go of fears, going towards the unknown, being afraid of the unknown, shadow work, self-realizations, whoever that falls for, the reading is all yours. Just let me know. We are here.
I'm out. I'm out.
Sound like me.
Tiffany, you?
Sound like me.
Yeah? Okay, let's do this. All right, so I'm going to have that as a signifier. All right.
Thank you, Eddie.
Of
While
course.
she's shuffling, I would like to thank all of the ladies on the screen being on me with tonight. Um, on our weekly podcast, this is a little bit more casual. I haven't decided if we're going to put this one up on our channel, but if you do, it is the only elephant in the room on YouTube. Please go give me a follow there, a subscription, or subscribe there. It's free, and you can watch the replay and as well as other replays. I believe I have 46 other replays up on my channel right now. One more being premiering tomorrow. So with that, Annie, I'm gonna let you finish what you need to do, and will you close us out for the night, Annie?
You got it, Luca.
You, thank you.
All right. So, with the tarot reading, so I'm definitely going to start with your oracle, okay? And I see gifts for you. So you are there's some gifts. You're gifted, and you need to allow yourself to use your gifts for the better. There are people out there who need to hear your gifts and your guidance, whatever it is you need to put out for the day. Remember to believe in yourself and your gifts. And this is also going to bring you a lot of success in turn as well. And it's important that you really remember that every single day as you are going along, and especially in the days that you feel the most doubt. Remember that your gifts are needed, and you are also in turn going to be gifted by helping others. Maybe that's by your business growing. So make sure to believe in yourself. And along with that, now, as we saw with the moon, so you definitely need to believe in yourself and believe that just because things are not really known right now, you can't really see how the future is going to be or how the next year is going to be. It's still unknown, but don't let that stop you from doing you. Don't let that make you be harder on yourself than you need to be. Okay. And that's really important. Now, with your current situation, I see the Queen of Swords, and I think that this is actually representing you personally instead of someone around you. I think that this is someone who's very strong, someone who is there to help. Okay, you are there, especially if I see this with the gifts now with the Oracle. Now, you are definitely someone who is to communicate. Your words are important. Your words are going to help people. If you see it's like a maze, your gifts are going to help people, guide them to their end, okay, to their place that they need to be, okay? Maybe people who are stuck and confused about where they want. The things that you have to say are going to be of the utmost importance for people, and you don't realize that yet. You don't see that right now, but that's okay, because we see that with the moon. It's unknown, and you're internalizing that unknown and turning that into too much of a fear. And you don't want to keep doing that, because then you're going to be like, that's going to be creating a blockage at the end of the day. And you don't want to do that to yourself. You don't want to block yourself, with all of these things around you that are already going to be like, things to get through. You don't want to be part of that for yourself. And so believing in yourself And also, you have the Knight of Swords. Do you see a repetition of swords here? So communication, what you have to say, you need to let that out, especially with the Knight of Swords, okay? Action. It's all going to be action oriented. You need to actually put in action into, so you have the, internally, you have what it takes. You just need to